Carlos and Ryan, and we know that you're dying to hear what we have to say today. I say we hear what we have to say today. It's the blank. Fill it in. Fill it in. Fill it in. Yeah.
Go. Haircuts and all.
Oh shit. I guess it's the fresh episode.
Hang on. Before we, let these people into our bullshit.
Bullshit.
Young world. Young world. I'm Carlos.
I'm Ryan.
And this is The Blank with Carlos and Ryan. Another week, y'all. I think it's our 30th episode. Is it? I believe it is.
Yeah, I think it is. Huh?
Wow. Look at that. You done did it. 30 episodes.
That's 30 weeks.
That's 30 weeks.
And more because we prepped for like a good month or two before, I think.
Well, shit. And we're going to keep it going. But thank y'all for those who have stuck by us these 30 weeks and some throughout this journey. We did it, y'all. We did it. You have anything to say on this momentous episode?
Definitely happy Thursday.
Woo!
First and foremost. We definitely appreciate you coming for our 30th episode. I didn't really think about it until you said it.
Yeah, man.
But I guess it is a big deal.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing this milestone with us. Definitely an important thing that I overlooked, unfortunately. So I'm sorry, Carlos, to my business partner.
It's okay.
But,
it's not like it's our 50th. And our 100th one. Oh my God, you can forget it. That's gonna be a banger
LED lights and shit everywhere.
It's gonna be insane in the membrane. So keep staying tuned, y'all. Stay tuned for that.
But happy Thursday. And if you are listening to this on Happy Friday, and I hope you enjoy the weekend.
Yeah.
No, super hype, man.
Yeah,
Fuck,
man.
I totally forgot, but thank you for the reminder.
Should have the alcoholic beverages to
I'm
clink
sorry.
it up.
I'm sorry.
We're not prepared today, man. Not prepared. That's the blank. Because you never know. We might get the clues, but we can't figure it out, really. That's the blank. That's why y'all are here. To help us figure our shit out. To really fill in the blank. Fill it in. We don't say that shit just because. All right?
Motherfucker.
Dumbass bitch. No, I'm kidding. Not to you. Y'all ain't dumbass bitches. We most likely are, but not y'all. So, but yes, another day, another week.
Yes.
We done did it. How's your week so far?
It's been good.
Yeah.
I think it's been extremely busy.
Oh shit.
I don't know what it is about this time of the year. I guess everyone's trying to close stuff off before the end of the year, and like with Christmas coming, and even though it affects America more than it does us, but like Thanksgiving over there and like Black Friday and all that stuff. I don't know. There's something about this week that just makes it fucking super hectic. But other than that, it's been good.
It's been good.
What about yours?
It's all right. I actually started a new job this week. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. To my previous employer, you hoe ass bitches. I told y'all missing out. So y'all couldn't cut the check. So why couldn't you cut the check? You know what I mean? That's all you have to do was cut the check. But no, to all my previous employer, it was a pleasure. For most of you, and for most of you,
I love how it's like
for most of you. I mean, me. Come on, but no, it was a pleasure working with most of you guys, and thank you all for the memories, and I'll miss y'all. But to my new employer, they're pretty good people. They're nice. We had the whole introductory on video today.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So they treat you well?
Yeah. And everyone's good. Everyone's nice, and they enjoy the role. So that's why. I jumped on board because it's nice to have a job that you can enjoy, you know what I mean? And that's why I implore to all of you that's listening, do what you love because you may not even feel like you're working really. Definitely. Keep that in mind. So I was doing training this week and they're giving us all this HR shit to fill out.
That's the worst.
Yeah, well, that's what you got to do, just the paperwork just to implore that you don't sexually harass anyone. I'm just like, I'm working from home. How am I going to be showing my dick? It's not like I'm showing my dick on fucking team meetings and shit. Just like, hang on, guys. No, it ain't like that shit. But I did, but they making us do all these quizzes and shit to ensure that it's, we know the security risks that they're taking and shit. There was one example that we got for one of the quizzes was just like a woman who was an actress down in Hollywood, left her address public to the her address public to the world, and then one of her stalkers came over to her home and killed her. Was this a true or false story? And I'm like, holy shit!
What the hell is that?
I guess it's true. And then they're like, that is correct. That is true. And we ensure security in order to prevent shit like that. They didn't say
Did they give the example?
Yeah, they gave that example.
I mean, but did they tell you, oh, is this based off of this person?
Yeah, no, but no, it was a true story. That did happen. That's how I knew. That's how I knew it was true. This did in fact happen. But it's like, why the hell is that an example for what I do? Like, what the fuck? Like, out of all the things. That's how you ensure we do our jobs correctly. Go to fucking Wendy's and just fucking be like, oh, why do you want to provide customer service? What's great? Why do you need to provide great customer service to our customers? Well, to ensure that everyone's happy, and if we do make a mistake, then we can own up to it. No, there are no mistakes. What if you find out that one of the customers doesn't eat pork, and then they find out they actually do eat pork, and they accidentally ate pork, but then you find out that they're with ISIS, and they come back with ISIS, and they bomb the restaurant. That's why we give out great customer service. Holy shit! That escalated so fucking quickly. Oh my God!
This company has the most extreme
Jesus
insurance.
Christ. So can you imagine me taking a call just like, hey, can you do this? I can't. My family. Fuck, man. But other than that, great to work with y'all, and hope to enjoy the journey.
I don't know what extreme insurance you've been selling,
what I mean? Jesus Christ. Yeah, dude. But yeah, that's my week so far. But it's been interesting.
That's
wild. So let's get into recent news.
What happened? What done happened?
I guess the biggest one, one of the biggest ones, Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh, yes.
Rittenhouse?
Rittenhouse.
Yeah. Found now guilty on all charges.
Yeah. Oof. That's got to be some fucked up shit. And then, you know what? I haven't seen as much like Reddit and like all that stuff blowing up with what's going on.
You would think Reddit.
I would have thought it would have been more like crazy, and there would have been more protests and like destruction going on in that area. But I haven't seen as much. But yet I haven't like put myself in that exposed environment. But yeah, that was crazy. That was definitely the biggest news in the past week. Right,
that was a big one.
Unbelievable.
Fuck, man. And he had an interview on Fox News where
he did.
Yes,
already
right after. Yeah,
Fox.
Yeah,
come on, man.
And he openly admitted that he is a supporter of Black Lives Matter and he's not a racist.
Wow.
I mean, he said it on Fox News, so that's there's only so much you can believe there.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's odd.
Why would he come out and say that
so quickly? Thoughts and prayers goes to those who were affected that day.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a good call, but hey, I saw the trial, the arbitrators, how we call them. He wasn't really asking the greatest questions.
It was the crown attorney guy that's like part of the government that's trying to convict the guy. So he's part of the government. There's the lawyer that's trying to convict this person.
Not good.
Suppose he didn't do a good job.
Not good.
Suppose he was bringing up like stupid shit like Call of Duty
questions. And,
dude, we're past the whole 90s thinking that video games causes violence and all that kind of shit.
Come on,
bro.
Come on, dude.
The guy's a lawyer in the fucking 90s.
Dumbass.
Come on, bro.
Fucking dude got his law degree from DeVry. Idiot. Anyways, another news in regards to court. Ahmaud Arbery.
Oh yes.
His perpetrators found all guilty
Yes.
So it was the two that did end up killing, and then the one person that was recording the incident, all found guilty on all charges.
Going away for years upon
who
years.
knows? Well, the sentencing is not yet, but we shall wait and see what the sentencing will be. But yeah, this is, I mean, although the family, again, you know, thoughts and prayers to the families affected. But here's to hoping that they can at least try to sleep better at night, knowing justice was served. Yeah, it's it was a shitty situation overall, you know, to kill somebody who they thought was a perpetrator, but realistically it was just going for a jog. Just makes no sense to me. I mean, they even one question they asked one of the perpetrators was this: he wasn't violent with you? He outright said no, not at all. Like, he didn't confront you? No, not at all. So he openly admitted to killing an innocent person. So.
Wow.
Yeah, rightfully so. You deserve to go to jail. But yeah, thoughts and prayers to the families. What else happened? The hero of Toronto. There's a bug.
Random bug.
There's a bug in mine. The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
He beat out the Twist.
Can you believe that?
That is insane.
That is
and we were alive for this.
Absolutely wild.
For those who are not sure what we're talking about, Blinding Lights by The Weeknd is the #1 song on Billboard's top 200 list.
That is
ever
crazy.
It has been #1 on the charts for over 90 weeks.
90 weeks.
I believe so.
That song came out like a year and a half ago.
A year and a half ago.
Wow, almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Wow, that's crazy.
And it's been on the charts for
good for The Weeknd, man. You're the fucking
beat out
man,
the Twist.
dog. You are the man.
Do you know how old the Twist is? Do the twist, do. Holy
crazy.
shit.
And the Twist is probably from like the fucking
40s
or something like that, right?
Where racism was alive and well. Like the good old days, like our homeboys from what's the town, that racist town in Ontario, apparently. What's the name of that town that we thought was really racist?
I forget.
I don't know.
But that was a funny fucking episode.
That was great.
Go watch that episode.
That was hilarious. That was really good. But holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good for The Weeknd, man.
Holy fuck.
Super hype.
Who would have thought the dude that sang about lean and, you know, getting heartbreaks would end up #1 on the charts for so goddamn long?
Yeah.
Honestly. Well, shit. Good work, Mr. Scarborough. You done did it. You represented the city and you made us proud. And but you know that since he was a halftime performer at the Super Bowl, it's actually they named the Weekend Day the day of when he performed.
Wow!
In Toronto.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Man. Oh, did Toronto name it that?
Yeah,
day?
Toronto did.
So what day is that now? Like February something?
Yeah.
We gotta look that up.
We'll look up the day.
We'll look up the day and we'll come back next week. But
yeah,
damn, man.
Goddamn holiday where we can go home and listen to the listen to the records and reminisce.
Honestly, it's actually crazy how far The Weeknd has actually come.
I literally, it's like it was like yesterday where the House of Balloons came out. That mixtape changed the fucking game, dude.
It really did.
Holy
changed
shit.
The sound
Legit.
of like how music was supposed to be produced, or like what we thought music was at one point in time. We're like, what the fuck is this?
No one was sounding like him at that time. No one. And then he came in, changed it all up. Now they all sound like him.
Yeah.
Well,
good for you, dog.
Good for you, Abel Tessafe. Well done. Well fucking done.
You have a story about him.
Oh shit. Okay.
You have
all right. All right. Hang on. So okay. So this is
we have to get
it was really awkward. Okay. So this was like a few years back. This was when a few years. It was around when Thursday was legit just came out.
Yeah.
So there's a store downtown called what's the name of the store? Ransom. And I was buying clothes from there. I vividly remember what I brought a hoodie that my brother still wears to this day. It's a Ransom hoodie, one of my favorite hoodies.
Yeah.
And I'm just I bought it. I'm like, oh, this is so
the Weeknd
cool.
hoodie.
And I went with my friends. And then as I'm walking out, a buddy of mine taps my shoulder. He's like, oh shit, it's The Weeknd. And bro, this is when Thursday was out. So he was pretty big in Toronto. Not in the world.
Yeah, he was big.
But he was Toronto big. So we're just like, oh shit. And I'm like, hey, The Weeknd, what's up, man? And he's just bobbing his head. And he had this white chick under his arm.
Really?
This blonde white chick. And he's just bobbing his head to the music. And I don't like. I can look his face, and you can easily see him mouth the words, "What the fuck?" He's just like, and I'm just like,
Abel, man.
all right,
you're my hero.
See
dog.
ya, take care, bye. And then I walked off. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Maybe it wasn't him.
It was 110% him. You want to know why? Because the next day, the friends that I went with to the store, they went back to the store. He was there again.
Oh, okay.
And then they went up to him, and they asked him about it. I was like, "Oh yeah, sorry, I was really out of it." And then they called me. He's like, "Yeah, he's actually a really nice guy, man." Why the fuck wasn't he nice to me?
I don't know, man. Maybe he's like fucking.
So I thought he was racist to black people because I didn't really see a picture of the guy before. But then I come to find out that he's black himself. So it makes no sense. But still, what the fuck?
Come on, Weekend.
Come on, Abel. I love you, dude.
I think he would be like super humble if you probably.
If I bumped into again, he's probably like a really nice guy. Sure I don't know. That's just a story that I had. That's all.
That's too funny.
Yeah, that's whatever. I don't care. Fuck you.
Celebrity news. Celebrity news.
Yeah, celebrity run-ins. Here's to hoping he does our show so I can confront him on that and see what happened that day. If he can remember due to his, drug history. But anyways, any other recent news that you know about?
No. I think I'm good.
Nothing? No, nothing.
No,
nothing at all.
Nothing at all. I think we're pretty good. Other than like shots for kids under 5.
Yes.
I think Ontario recently approved like under 12 shots or any kids like a 5 and up or something like that. Which is making somewhat controversy between like, parenting and whether kids even need the vaccine. A little bit of an odd decision, I think, but it makes sense, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. So I don't really know what to think about it, but I know that it is news. So I did happen to bring that up. So if you are a parent and you do happen to listen to our show, please definitely look into that because
it's for safety reasons.
It is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Friday tomorrow.
Black Friday and American Thanksgiving today.
Yes, that's right.
So for our American listeners, happy Thanksgiving.
And to all our Black people across the world, happy Black Friday. Is that not what that is?
I don't know. I don't know. I was hoping you break the history for me.
I thought that. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Because I thought there was this dude named Friday who was always giving deals because there was a dude in my neighborhood
named The Weekend, man.
He was you know what? I was with Friday that day, so that's probably why no one knows about it too much. Well, Black Friday obviously is not about black people, though it should be. Imagine getting good deals because of black people.
The amount of madness that happens on Black Friday in the western side of the world is fucking
it's insane.
Nuts.
It is insane.
I'm pretty sure like if we go back into like history, there's probably people who died just going shopping.
Yeah.
With the intention of
or severely injured.
Yeah. Just with the intent of waking up on Black Friday to go shopping.
Yeah, 100%.
Fucked up.
Yeah, insane.
That is absolutely fucked up.
Oh my, like imagine the PS2s that were on sale. You know what I mean? And getting stabbed for a PS2.
You know what I watched the other day, and I was gonna bring this up because eventually we're gonna have our Christmas episode soon. But Jingle All the Way.
Great.
I watched that movie the other day.
Yeah.
And just the craziness to go get the action
Turbo Man.
For those who don't know what I'm talking about, Jingle All the Way.
Disney Plus, watch it. Don't even explain it. Tell them to watch it.
Tell them to watch it. That is my recommendation for this week.
Disney Plus movie. It's on there.
It's a great movie. But
fantastic.
Part of the movie, people are going fucking nuts for this action figure, and they're pushing each other over and like fucking going crazy,
ape shit.
And it just reminds me of how crazy Black Friday is when it gets into like these kind of parts. And I guess like even Christmas Eve shopping.
Yeah.
How wild it can be.
Do you know what you were alive for? Like the craziest time that you were actually alive for, what you witnessed that you were like mall shopping wise?
I think the only thing I try to avoid the mall like nowadays, especially on those crazy holidays. But I think the craziest thing I've ran into is this argument that my mom got into over a parking spot.
Oh shit!
So we were at Fairview Mall, and shout out to Fairview Mall.
Great mall.
We lived in Newmarket at the time, so we drove all the way out to Fairview Mall and then drove around for half an hour, I think, in the parking lot before we finally found one. And then this guy goes, "This was my spot." And my mom goes, cool. And then she like starts walking away and the guy's like yelling at her. And I'm like a little kid at the time. I'm like, I don't really know what to do. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like throw a ball at this guy? Like, they got into this huge argument. And then my mom, like, you never see like old immigrant Asian people swear. I don't think I've ever seen my mom swear. But she was like, fuck that dude. Hate these people. This and that. But she went out and bought some stuff, so I'm sure that made her a little bit happier. But that was probably the craziest. Yeah, that was probably the craziest Black Friday thing I've ever had happen. We don't live in the States, so it's not like too crazy.
True. Yeah, I don't think I like Black Friday. I've never experienced crazy shopping here. In terms of like Christmas shopping, though, I think the craziest thing I've been like that I've seen personally, Tickle Me Elmo.
Really?
Yeah. When my brother was like, he was maybe around 2 at the time, and that shit was popping off.
Trying to get one of those.
Holy fuck!
Shout out to Sesame Street,
dude. That toy, legit, dude. People were harmed for that toy, 100%. Dude, I remember going to Toys R Us. I simply just wanted Power Rangers. I didn't care for it. But holy fuck! If you even came near those Tickle Me Elmos, you had to legit beat somebody down for one.
That's actually crazy.
Insane in the brain. But yeah, that is easily the craziest toy shit that I've ever seen in my life. And I was alive for that. You only see that shit in TV. But no, it was pretty crazy here too.
I can imagine.
Oh my God. Yeah. But that's, I guess, a preview for our Christmas episode. So please stay tuned. You know, it'll be good. It'll be good.
So the greatest thing about the topic about today, because we did have a good transition from shopping and Black Friday and buying stuff and
the weekend
and buying stuff, fits directly into the topic that we are going to speak about today.
See my pretty self.
You look good.
Thank you.
I look really white in this. Which is not a bad thing.
Well, I mean, it depends. You like KKK worthy right now. You look like
I look like the Dave Chappelle skit.
Yeah. And another news.
Another news.
You kill me. Yeah.
But it fits right directly into the topic that we're going to speak about today. And I think today is a little bit of a philosophical, yet a little bit more of a sensitive topic.
100%, I think, agree.
And I think we're all victim of it. Whether we do it on purpose or by accident or unconsciously or
because of really great deals.
Things like Black Friday, things like Christmas shopping, things like Boxing Day, that's also coming up as well. Create this concept of what we're going to be talking about today, which is
I'm dead inside.
All right, we're gonna cut that. We'll deal with that later.
Oh, that's another episode. Okay. Oh, was that not this episode? I thought that was a perfect tie-in for that. Oh,
it could be. It could be, actually.
Right.
But in this case, materialism.
Woo!
And the cool part about why we picked this episode is literally because of Carlos. The other day. So our last episode, Carlos told us a story about his day and how he felt about buying something. And we decided to talk about exactly why he feels that way and what makes him feel that way. And then we came up with the topic as of today. So the concept of today's topic, materialism. What do you think materialism is, Carlos? Or what is it in your eyes?
Materialism is just purchasing things either just cause to fill a void. Just to really feel accomplished about this purchase, to really do something with this purchase. It could be for an objective. It could be for just cause, for fashionable reasons, just to say, I purchased this and I have it. But, in terms of what we talked about last week, I told Ryan that I purchased. What did I buy?
It was the jacket.
That jacket. That's I think it's on the floor right now, but it's fine. I purchased this jacket because I had the week off and I went over to a store. I got a good deal on it, and I just remember feeling like, did I need this jacket? I don't need this jacket. Why did I buy this jacket? I got, I'm comfortable with what I got at home. You know what I mean? like I just see. I don't know if it was just because it was a good deal, and I don't know if it's ever gonna go down again. It's just I don't know. It's just buying stuff just because it's a good deal. Like, is that really something that you'll need to do? Like, do deals really? Like, I guess it helps because you save money. Obviously, everyone loves to save money.
Definitely.
But at the same time, it's like, if I don't really need it, do I still have to buy it just because it's a good deal?
I think a lot of people would argue you do.
But I mean, and I get that because my dad's the same way. He just bought like a 55-inch TV, and he's thinking about he's now got another deal where you can get a 60. And I'm just like, but you just bought this TV.
Oh,
we have
my
no place.
God.
We literally have no room in the home to put this TV. He's like, but it's a good deal. I don't give a fuck. If you don't know what you're gonna do with this TV, we don't need a 60-inch TV. And he's like, harassing me for it. It's just like, come on, just think about like, what are we gonna do with this TV? If you can assure me we can do something with this TV, go ahead, buy the TV. But you just got this. Literally just got this.
One of the things that happens a lot with like, I guess like modern day materialism is that, we run into things exactly what Carlos is saying. And, I'm victim of it of myself. And
Yes.
I think everybody that's probably listening has had some sort of point in their head where they've like reflected on exactly what they're buying. And they're like, should I have bought in this? Or why did I buy it? Or why am I even thinking about purchasing this? And I think it happens on a daily basis. Maybe not a daily basis, but
it's a daily basis.
Probably a daily basis to everybody. And I think that it really stems from exactly, where we are in this world, what our values are, and especially in the Western side of the world, and how we kind of deal with it. And, even though we notice it as individuals, like the same way that Carlos happens to think about it, and the same way when I buy stuff that I don't need, the way I look at it, it's always going to be there, which is the scary part. So was that the last thing that you reflected on that you bought and was like, okay,
as in like,
did I fucking really need this at all? Was that the last thing, or what was like the last thing you bought?
Oh no, I bought a video game and I enjoy that.
Video games are the shit.
I do not regret buying that video game whatsoever. But yeah, this jacket, 100%. That was like the one thing I was just like, what do I need this for? Then I realized it's probably just to fill the darkness in my heart, because due to obviously everybody in life just disengaging with me and just not embracing the compassion and love that I so desperately need in order to survive. Well, that's this week.
That was deep
so
as fuck.
much. No, it's just like realistically, yeah, I don't know why I got this. I mean, it was like a nice jacket, it's, fantastic. I'd get a good deal from it, but did I really need that jacket? I think materialism has become this, everyone's just in your face with advertisements. When you go on an app, you can talk about Chick-fil-A, and I can probably open up Instagram right now, and if I keep scrolling, I'll probably get a Chick-fil-A ad because they're listening and they're fucking watching you.
You guys are making the freaking frogs gay.
Yeah, legit. You're putting chemicals in the goddamn water and are making the freaking frogs gay. Yeah, just like, I don't know. Dude, don't turn frogs gay.
In this case, I remember getting prepped for this episode, and I was just thinking about it over the last week, and I read somewhat on like concept of like things back in history for examples. And like what to look at. And there's certain, like, I think psychologists that think about like, the whole hunter-gatherer survival kind of mode thing that we happen to have as human beings at one point in time, where you're trying to gather as much stuff because that the more stuff that you have, whether it's resources, food, water, fire, whatever it happens to be, you have a better rate of survival than the next person that doesn't happen to have one. So a lot of people say that sort of stems from that. And then eventually, now that we've become the human beings that we happen to be in this point in time in the world, we, feel that like genetics or like over the generations, it evolved to us buying a whole bunch of shit that we realistically don't need. One of the crazy stories I was actually reading about earlier was I believe it was fuck, I can't remember the era for it, but there was a specific era in North America directly in and around the San Francisco area, which happens to be LA now. Native Americans, they happen to run the whole land at one point in time. There's a lot of gold in the area to be mined. So Native Americans, the way that they believe is just like nature, like gold is not anything special. It's just a piece of the land. It's just a metal in itself that, blesses the land or whatever.
Right.
In this case, when the Europeans started to migrate over in like fucking masses, miners were coming over to mine gold because the Europeans already knew how important gold was at that point in time. So this is after the whole kind of hunter-gatherer era, but they were coming over in masses, killing off Native American people, selling off their fucking daughters and shit, to be able to like mass mine this gold when Native American people had no idea like gold was they had all this like gold didn't mean shit to them. It was just a part of the land. But now that you have all of these like people coming from a different area coming to take over your land, killing your people to mass salvage gold, part of that generation of being able to kind of like harvest the most amount of resources in your thing for people to become rich. So there was even this one story about how the Spaniards took a ship to Cuba, and one of the Native American like tribe leaders, he was actually praying to gold, but he had no idea why he was doing it, because he thought that like people from Europe thought there was like some sort of spiritual being behind gold.
But it was probably just worth like
it was just worth millions or something like that. So then he was like, the only reason why people would want to kill us for this shit is because there has to be some sort of spiritual shit going on behind it. So I'm going to pray to the gold gods to save me.
Right.
But they didn't eventually. And unfortunately, the Spanish did happen to slaughter him and burn him alive. I believe the story happened too. Sorry for laughing, but but that's what happened. But it's crazy the amount of like hoarding resources and like getting a whole bunch of unnecessary shit has caused in history.
Oh, 100%. Like I even heard a story of Mansa Musa, who recordedly, I don't know, apparently Elon broke the record recently, but Mansa Musa was argued like the richest person in history. He like his net worth was in the trillions, like really high trillion. He would legit go from land to land and just give away money because he was for the people. But then giving away that money caused inflation because these people are not working.
Oh yeah.
The only income was getting it from him, and these people were not working to obtain that. So then like it caused inflation, prices were going up for everything because they had all this money now. But then they're like, fuck, I can't afford this, dude. I spent, all my money on the hoes and bitches down at the strip club. And now I can't fucking afford any of this shit. Like I can't afford to put little Dikembe to school and shit. What the fuck? Like, bro, like you know what I mean? Like shit, dude. Like I know I had this money, but I can't put them through Harvard and shit now. Like fuck. You know what I mean? So it's just like this idea that, I have no idea where I was going with this. That's why I don't like going on these fucking rants.
The best part about being able to kind of expose things like this, like materialism in our culture, is that we can sit, reflect upon ourselves, and be able to kind of try and change it. I think the problem with materialism in modern day for us is that it's so ingrained in our society 100%. That we can't get away from it, no matter how much you can reflect on it, how much you can really do to try and better yourself as an individual to get away from it. One of the things I was actually reading was actually going against what they call like bad materialism. And there's actually a concept of good materialism. Good materialism. And I had no idea that this existed, but it's actually somewhat of a concept, and it started supposedly from religion. So things like,
trigger warning,
like your Buddha statues, your Buddha bracelets, like your jade bracelets, to like your crosses, to your pictures of the Virgin Mary, all of those things. And I know I'm missing a bunch. I just can't think them off the top of my head, but all of that stuff are physical objects to make you more spiritual. And the concept of good materialism came out from that, because it was kind of like, we can give physical objects to individuals to make them feel more spiritual. stemming from that, creates certain odd kind of situations, because I personally know people that buy too many Buddha statues because they think, having Buddha is going to be more good luck.
There's never enough Buddha in your life.
I've been to a temple where they had this fucking gold Buddha statue, and I'm like, what the fuck? I remember just being like, holy shit, man, this thing probably costed like a fortune, and it did. And they used it from the donations from the people in the religion to buy this golden Buddha statue, which I think is the wrong way to look at it. But who am I? I'm not a monk.
You don't judge of the religion.
Yeah, I can't judge the religion.
But I can, for Christianity specifically. There's a few of those freaking televangelists that are fucking ripping off these motherfuckers. That's what I'm saying. How are you gonna fucking ask the people that come to worship God, because your words encourage them of peace, love, and and the whole religion, to live day by day by God's word, and you'll be okay. And then they donate to your church to help, because these guys don't work, these pastors, they don't work full-time job. This is their only set of income.
I can imagine. And that dude is rolling around in a Cadillac.
Cadillacs, and freaking has his own his freaking own jet plane.
Holy shit.
Did you hear about the story
of
how
I didn't know about the jet plane.
The freaking they have their own jets, dude. They buy that shit cash from the church.
That's fucking
And then there was
wild.
one dude who legit went to his church and was just like, hey, y'all, look, I had I went to sleep last night and God told me I need a bigger jet. So I swear to God, this is a true story. He had a whole commercial for it and all that shit. Now imagine me just going to church and then complaining about the prices of donations. I was like, oh, this shit is ridiculous.
That is fucking
I literally can't afford to go to church this week because I can't. Are you fucking kidding me? Whatever happened to the 10 Commandments and, thou shalt not swear and all that shit? And now I can't, and now I have to fuck out of here. Oh my God, bro.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? Bro, I go to strip clubs and fucking they ask for less money than what the fuck I'm getting. Like, bro. Like, if I'm going to pay for this shit, at least give me some of the sucky long time shit. Fuck. That's my rant.
The craziest part.
It's insane. It's insane.
Actually crazy.
And going back to the whole ad things about, getting advertisements blown in your face about good deals and shit. It just even everyday culture. Nowadays, when people say how's everything or everything's good, I'm Gucci. Yeah. That means I'm good.
Yeah.
Gucci, obviously the very famous fashion brand. That implies when you are Gucci, you're good. When you wear Gucci, you're good. You've never heard someone say, I'm Kirkland, I'm George's, or
I'm Loblaws.
Yeah, I'm Loblaws, bro.
I'm George.
Everything's I'm H&M, fam.
Yeah.
I'm H&M. It doesn't make makes no sense. Because Gucci implies security. Gucci implies wealth. Gucci implies I feel like $1 million. That's what it is. And that's ingrained in your head that Gucci is the top of the top. It isn't. You do not need Gucci to survive. You really don't. But you know what some people could use in dark times when people suffer from alcoholism, dark things with their families, friends. They need religion. And when people who could be homeless go to church, they have nothing in their pockets. They just need the word of God in their life to really, to be insightful. And then the pastor asks you for $200 donate. Are you fucking kidding me? That's my spiel on it. I'm sorry.
Televangelists.
Fucking televangelists.
That was a really good point I thought you brought up, is that materialism so ingrained in like our culture that it's even become like slang.
Yeah.
And slang that's accepted by the majority of the world. Like when you say to anybody who's probably 35 and a little bit younger, or like 35 to probably 16 or something, and you say I'm Gucci, they fully understand exactly what 100%. You're talking about. And those are the scary parts of materialism. It's not just corporations making huge amounts of money from us wanting to want more and to have more and to feel better about ourselves. It's hurting exactly like the way that we speak to each other, I think. And it like creates like this false sense of like coolness, which is kind of weird because we're giving, big corporations, it's like, it's going to be like, oh, I'm Amazon
right
down the line.
I'm Netflix.
I'm Netflix. Like I'm chilling, you know.
I'm the blank.
It's we. Oh, I hope so. We're the exception.
Yeah, man.
In this case, Carlos, how do you stop materialism? How do we, as individuals, how do we stop it for
just
ourselves?
Like some people are just gonna have to sit back and just like realize, what do I have? You're just Marie. You know who Marie Kondo is?
No.
She's this Japanese bitch on Netflix. That fucking female. Sorry. No, I'm playing. I don't call females. So this is Marie Kondo is a pretty big deal on Netflix. So she has this show where basically you eliminate. She takes all of your stuff that you have and you just eliminate the shit that you don't need.
Oh wow, cool.
And then you literally, so whatever you have, you just that's the stuff you need. So that's what I think some people would need to do. Just like literally just look at your room and just look at the stuff that brings you joy. If you look at your freaking this notebook here, it's like, I wrote my first rap in this book. That brings me joy. Keep it. And then you look at a watch. That bitch from freaking high school gave me this watch and she cheated on me. I don't need this shit. Whoop. You don't need it. So that's what I realized. I think if more people did that, you would see that, you know, buying the new Jordans will not bring you that much joy in your life. I don't, you know what I mean? And even still, I think not even about enjoyment, really. It's more so about resale value. Like, look at the PlayStation situation right now.
Yeah.
People are buying it, not even, you know, most people are like hogging it up, not because of, you know, the enjoyment of the PlayStation. It's for resale value.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane. Yeah, it's a $600 system, and they'd sell it for $1,100 now, double what it's worth.
For the individuals who think you are gaining happiness by being the scumbags of the fucking earth,
pieces of shit,
by hoarding fucking all the newest stuff and reselling it at twice the price for individuals because you know they're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, and
to take advantage of society like that, is the worst. Some of the worst shit. So
just ask yourself, what would Jesus do?
Throwing that out to you guys.
What would Jesus do? Is the question that you should ask yourself. And I can tell you one thing Jesus wouldn't do: tell someone in their dreams to buy a fucking jet plane. That's what I tell you. In the name of the Father. That's all I got to say on that matter. But yeah, no, I don't get the whole purpose of. I mean, I get it. You want to make dough. It's an investment. It's all this crypto shit. Can't you just go get a crypto account then? You know what I mean? Use that money on the stock markets and hope that money, you know, it works out that way. Why do you have to? Why PlayStation 5s?
I don't know. Man.
It's not a quick thing. You may not.
Even like the term supply and demand is ruining.
It's awful.
Ruining.
Like that whole GameStop shit.
Oh yeah.
Huh. Insane. Insane in the brain.
One of the things I wanted to bring up, when I used to read a lot about like ethics and like morality and stuff like that. So there's this Australian psychologist. His name is Peter Singer. Makes some of the best books I've ever read in my entire life. I'll definitely recommend one of them at the end of the show. But Peter Singer also has a bunch of books on altruism. Altruism. I think
altruism. Is that the religion based on Ultraman?
Altruism. I think that's how you pronounce it. Altruism.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's the concept or the wording of like you don't care so much about like your own being and what makes you happy, but to spread like wealth between like the world and stuff and like doing the most for the world. So he has this one book, I forget exactly what it's called, but I think it's like The Most Good You Can Do. I think that's what it's called. And he lays out a bunch of these different stories about individuals in North America that have become altruists. And one of the individuals that he talked about was this guy on Wall Street. I forget his name, but he's like a big Wall Street banker, makes like $400,000 a year, just doing like stock market stuff or whatever like that. But the crazy thing is that you see the way he lives in like a 1-bedroom shared basement space by himself, in this place. He doesn't have a wife, doesn't have kids or anything like that, because I think he told himself that he's like, I only need to be able to live off like 5% of the money that he's actually making in life. So he takes 5 or 10% of what he makes just so that he can pay for his rooming. I think he rents his rooming, a guitar, very simple food, one suit just in case he needs to go to business meetings, and then
he only has the one suit,
and then he has like 2 or 3 pairs of clothes that he just fluctuates and like rotates. So he has like 3 pairs of pants, 3 pairs of shoes, 3 pairs of shirts, and that's all he has, and a backpack to carry it around, and I think like a laptop to be able to conduct work if he needs to do at home. That's all he has.
Well, shit.
And then they're asking him like, hey man, like how do you get around and stuff? He's like, oh, I just take like public transit, or I walk everywhere, whatever it may be. But he was like, I got it down to a math where I found out that making $400,000 is just too excessive. He's like, I can do much more good with $400,000, and then I don't need as much to be able to kind of survive. And he's like super supposedly happy. I don't know, I don't meet the guy, but he donates. If it's 10%, what 10% of 400,000 is 40,000, and then he donates the rest of it to certain charities that do well in the world, kind of thing. So that's his concept of me giving to the world, also minimizing the amount of stuff that he necessarily needs to live. And then you have individuals like this around the world that understand how much money you really need to be able to survive on a day-to-day basis and live with the minimum amount of it. The crazy thing is that there's these people that live in the Western side of the society, like myself. I wish I could be one of them, but yet I go out and buy a whole bunch of stupid shit that I don't need. Crazy part of why I wanted to do this show and why I wanted to talk about it so excessively, because it is a big part that goes unconsciously said about society and the way that everybody approaches their day-to-day, whether it's buying a coffee, buying 2 coffees, buying me, I have a bad habit of going to the restaurant and just buying a whole bunch of different stuff to try. Like, I think that's one of my bad flaws that I like to do at restaurants. And it's unnecessary because the amount of effort that goes into making the food, and the food could be given to somebody else or whatever it be, or the amount of food that actually takes me to get full is very little to the amount that I actually end up buying, because I'm greedy like that. And I try to be able to kind of catch myself as many times as I possibly can to stop myself from doing things like that. But I truly believe that it's so ingrained to the point where it's hard to get away from. I'm not saying it's impossible, because I truly believe in each one of us that we do have the ability to be able to do this. I could probably minimize the amount of plants that I have in the back too, but it is definitely possible. And that's what I kind of think about materialism as a whole. Do you think you could do that, Carlos?
Probably not.
It's tough, man. Tough. It's really tough.
Especially, and obviously I don't want to play the blame game here, but society's influence on you would take a really big, like not even just society, just your friends around you, especially how they're living. You just don't want, because people want to fit in. That's just how the world works. People don't want to stand out. So when your homeboy doing altruism out there, I commend him for it. He clearly must not have a lot of friends.
Probably not. I wouldn't think so.
Because he doesn't go out. He does work and then home and then it's the same routine basically. And the only thing that truly brings him joy is legit, providing happiness to. And I can commend him for that, because that's an awesome thing to do.
A wonderful
thing. So unfortunately, most people are going to be in his situation where they can make 6 figures a year.
Oh yeah. No.
Definitely not. I can tell you for one thing where altruism definitely doesn't take place. Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It's expensive as fuck to live here.
Super expensive.
It's expensive as fuck. So
my dollar don't mean shit.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, like if you're working, and you're making 6 figures, you better be living downtown, because you're living in, coming all the way from Rexdale, all the way to go to the, the stock market. No way, no sir, not gonna fly. But just I too obviously am guilty of materialism. Again, like I mentioned, when I heard the video game got a good deal, I purchased that. I purchased new boots I didn't necessarily need, because I'm working from home. I just saw that I got a good deal on those as well. Yeah, I have a bad habit of purchasing clothing that I may not need. But I mean, if you get a good deal, why not? Especially around this time.
You're fully throwing the whole concept of our episode out the window.
Good. These deals are so good.
It's hard. Man.
It's tough.
It's really hard.
Tough. And then I mean, because you don't know when these prices are going to go up again or when they go down, and just it may be your only opportunity. There's probably some things in my closet right now that I look at. What the fuck? Why did I purchase this? And everyone, I'm not the only one. Y'all are all guilty for it.
One thing I would love to hear from people is, what was your last purchase that you felt that you didn't need? Or what is something like Carl's story? What is in your closet that you truly believe that you did not need, or why the fuck did you buy it? Because those are the funny stories. I can definitely think of one, even just to run our podcast. I think I went way overboard with our material and our hardware.
Oh, your computer.
Because my computer that I happen to build specifically for gaming, browsing, and a little bit of video editing in relation to our podcast and creating the actual podcast is super, super overboard. And the only reason why I did it is the same way that Carlos happened to say. It's that you have the ability, because it seems like a good deal at the point in time, but in the end, did you realistically need it that much? Like, I could have been doing the podcast with very little in comparison. Me and Carlos would have found out a different way to be able to do it. But because we have the accessibility, I think I make more money than I actually do. I went out and spent a stupid amount of money on a piece of hardware that realistically could have done.
But the joy was only temporary.
Yeah.
And then it's just like you move on with your life, right? You have to carry on, because then I don't even know. Like, if I were to buy a car tomorrow, I don't even know if I'd feel joy from it afterwards. Like, it'd be cool taking it off the lot, but then as soon as I get home, I just look at it like, what the fuck? Why did I purchase this? It's not like a regret, but it's just like, did I really need this car?
Some people really, really enjoy that. Like,
here's what I say to those people. I don't think they're doing it for themselves. I think they're doing it to impress other people.
Yeah.
They're seeking, that's the enjoyment where they're seeking.
Yeah.
Because I'll say, Dave Chappelle said it best in one of his specials way back when, before he was insulted before he was going against the transgender community. He said that, men buy cars not for themselves. They buy cars because we are hunters, we are gatherers, we support the family. We buy cars to impress girls because we know girls like nice cars. So when they see you driving in the red Ferrari, gotcha. You see what I mean? That's why we do that. That's my take on it. So when these rappers are with the icy chains and the grills, they aren't necessarily doing it for themselves. They purchase it, they take a photo on their Instagram, and they see the likes, and then they're like, I made the right purchase. Yeah. That's when they know they make the right purchase. They don't leave that store thinking, this is going to be good. They're just like, I'm hoping I'm going to get a good reaction from this purchase.
Not to jump too far from the topic in itself, but I remember actually watching a specific documentary on like the Miami culture in relation to like false luxuries, and how Miami is one of the biggest area, if not the biggest area, for rental luxury cars.
Sure.
Because people happen to use them for videos.
Yeah.
They'll rent them for the night to go to the club. And look at it, and it feeds right into that point where it's like, man, like the best looking car at that point in time is what's going to get you the attention of other people, kind of thing. And that fits exactly right into it. And I don't remember exactly what that documentary was talking about, but I remember it ended off in like a very stoic kind of question the world kind of thing. And the interviewer was talking to this guy, and the guy was like, do you actually make a lot of money? And the guy goes, honestly, man, I'm actually a grocery store clerk, and I spend all of my paychecks on rental cars for the weekend. And then the guy's like, "Are you happy?" And then they just cut off the documentary. It just ended like that.
He just looked at the camera.
Yeah, he's just like looking at it. He's like,
cut the camera. Cut the camera.
So in this case, I guess one of the biggest things that we happen to need to talk about a little bit, at least, is the concept or the direct correlation between buying stuff and buying shit in the world and your level of happiness. Do you feel like, does it help? You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people that have their argument where it's like, money can't buy you happiness, but it definitely helps. That's what some people think. And then some people are just fully against, no, money can't buy you happiness. Like, fuck money. Like, we don't need any of that kind of shit.
Right.
So what do you think in that kind of case? What is your opinion
on money?
On, I guess like money and the ability to buy stuff that's supposed to make you happy.
I mean, I think I see money as financial security for my family. That's what I see it as. I want to ensure that my family's okay for the necessary things. Whereas, me not paying rent every month in an apartment is not necessarily financial security, but we have a roof on our head, and I'm grateful for that. I would, eventually would love to have like a house of my own, buy it down and then just be comfortable in that. That's where I see money doing. But in terms of like, buying all the reckless ish and whatnot, again, it's temporary.
Yeah,
it's not something that I look forward to. I get excited over the stuff, but then like as soon as I purchase it, it's like, okay, great, moving on. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Yeah, again, it always comes down to impressing other people at the end of the day, but that's what money is. The more of it you have, the more you don't know what to do with it. So then there's some of it where you obviously need it for groceries and your day-to-day things, whereas a good chunk of it, I would argue that more of it is for, splurging and impressing people. Like I remember looking at, there's this dude on TikTok who goes up to like famous rappers and celebrities and he asks them, what's their drip?
What's their drip?
Like, what's your, like, oh, how much this costs? How much your shirt costs? How much your chain costs? How much your shoes? And he goes up to these rappers and they're saying, oh, it's about 100,000 for the chain. The pants is about 200,000, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, really?
That's fucking wild.
That's odd. You should be asking the right questions. It's like, okay, man, I'm here with my man, Post Malone. Oh, Post, how you doing?
Chilling.
Oh, good shit, my man. So we're just gonna ask you, what's your credit score? What's your mortgage approval rate?
Motherfuck the credit score.
That's it. Those are the questions you need to ask. I guarantee if you ask these rappers what their credit score is, they're just gonna fucking yeah. Because God knows, because there's no way they paid full price for all this shit. Here's a tip, reminder for you artists or soon-to-be rappers out there. These artists, they don't buy their shit full price. That is not their money they're using to buy this ice and all these nice clothes. These are the record label's money. The record label that they sign for millions for is not for your house, not for your nice car, not for your chains. It's for the music you produce. You produce that music with the money they give you, you make it back, you pay them, and then you can do other shit. That's how this works. Okay? You can go ahead and purchase all that shit, but a quick reminder, you owe them back that money. That's how all of these artists, they don't make it when music don't make it. That's when you have to, you have to pay them back. It's a loan. All right. So when when the first album does good, great. Then they give you more money. More money is to ensure that you make a better album than the last one. Not because you not because you can afford a house now. No. But also, aside from that, don't sign the record labels. Why? They're making money off of you. Own your masters. To any of you artists listening or potential, own your masters. Because then when you put it up on streaming, you own, that's money you make. That goes into your bank account. These labels are making like 90% of your music. And the only way these artists make money is just from touring. You believe that?
That's crazy.
That's nuts. From merchandise and touring that you make on your own. You don't, if you just put your own shit on, YouTube and all that shit, that's money you can make. And you don't even have to tour necessarily because you'd be making so much money. That's my little rant for you artists, soon to be artists or potential artists out there. Just consider it. I understand that you're probably not going to make money. You're not making money right now. And, you need to just put that money towards, save up your money and put it towards an album. Fuck these labels. Put it towards, recording. Do Macklemore. Do what Macklemore doing. No one's heard of Macklemore in fucking what happened 5 years. Who knows? You want to know why? He's chilling. He's comfortable because he didn't have a record. He didn't have a record label to sign.
Oh, that's dope.
He didn't sign to anybody. He made the album on his own. And now he's living comfortably just from that one album.
From that one song.
Well, that one song. Huh? Just consider it. All right? Materialism, man.
The death of us all.
The death. We're all gonna die due to materialism. And due to those televangelists ripping up. You know what? I'm sorry I keep going back to that, but that shit pisses me off.
That's gotta be our Instagram.
Pisses me off.
That's gotta be our Instagram post.
A televangelist just fucking with a bucks in your hand, dollar bills in their hand. But yeah, no. Fuck. Yeah, dude, there's been some is there something you really wanted that when you were younger that really pissed you off that you didn't get?
I can't think of anything material, no.
Really?
No.
I can think of a bunch.
I can think about like hockey. I wish I played hockey.
Really?
Yeah.
That's an expensive ass
sport.
Oh
yeah. That's probably the one thing that I do like wish I had the opportunity to do. And It's definitely a super, super expensive sport.
Oh, yes.
Because I had buddies back in Newmarket, and Newmarket is a huge hockey town.
Yes.
And I remember just hearing about how much their skates cost and like all their padding and all that kind of stuff. And I truly, truly was super jealous because I never got to play ice hockey.
Damn.
But in that case, it fell into the same kind of circle that we're happening to fall under. Because my friends were doing it, I wanted to be able to fit in and try something new. And I just never got to because of how crazy expensive it was at that point in time, and probably still is.
Shit,
I can only
dude.
imagine. What about you? What was the thing that pissed you off that you didn't have?
God, where do I even start? Yeah, I really wish I had the original PlayStation 1.
Oh
I wish I had G-Unit sneakers.
G-Unit
sneakers, bro. I really wanted.
They had a big fucking
merchandise.
Anybody who has any G-Unit stuff, please, I would love to see a picture of it.
I would love to see like G-Unit spinners. I really wanted.
Oh, the chain spinners. Yeah, I remember that.
Fuck, come on, dude. I want spinners on my mom's Toyota Camry. Fuck, dude. What are you kidding? Grills were really popular. Got a whole top down with the front of what it do, baby? It's the Iceman Power Wow. I got my mouth looking something like a disco ball. Shit.
Yeah, that was hype.
Oh,
I remember that era. The early 2000s.
Yeah,
grills
bro.
were like fucking wild.
Oh, dude, they were everywhere. And then they made a comeback. Now people are still wearing them to this day.
Are they?
Yeah, dude.
I know like a couple, like I think like some football players wear them and shit like that. I don't know. I haven't seen.
Oh yeah, no, it's still pretty prominent in rap today. Fucking grills. Oh, fuck's sake.
You know what?
But yeah.
Fuck.
Oh.
Not like materialism. Materialism is shit.
Oh dear. Here we go.
I'm gonna go buy me some grills right now.
He just walks out.
I'm gonna go put on my credit card.
I will end this week's show. Well, thank you. Well, fuck, man. Yeah, dude. I don't know.
All right, Carlos. Give me your final thoughts on materialism.
Money can't buy happiness. I believe that. I really do. It's the things that you don't necessarily need is only temporary. Put the money that you need, put that money toward your dreams. To all the young world listeners listening right now, put that in your dreams, because now they have everything beneficial to you. I wish we knew I wish I knew what a savings account was when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Had I known cryptocurrency was going to take over the fucking world, I wish, someone would have given me a heads up. True, yeah, just like if you're going to buy shit, do it at a discounted price, but don't go crazy over it. It's temporary. Wait for discount prices on shit you need. There's gonna be, there's gonna be deals on cars and shit.
Yeah.
That's to get you by. Honda Civics are very nice cars. And you gotta think long term. Beamers are nice cars, but to maintain it is very expensive. Honda Civics are nice cars, not Beamer nice. Less money to maintain.
I
Consider
agree with
this.
That's for sure.
Everything has long term. You got to think long term for all the purchases that you're going to make. That's my spiel on it. Think long term. Guardians of the Galaxy, which was the video game that I purchased, is a nice game, but I can probably beat it by this weekend. That's not long term. That's me thinking, what the fuck was I thinking? Now what?
Anybody who wants to play Guardians of the Galaxy, hit up Carlos on Instagram.
And I can let you borrow it. Probably sign it. But yeah, that's my spiel on materialism. Money can't buy happiness. And free TK. Oh, what's the name of the pastor that's in jail right now? Free him, bro. He ain't do shit. He ain't do shit. He asked for all that money. So what? Free him though. Fuck.
We're just going back on our values.
Yeah,
it's like a tennis match.
Yeah, bro.
I guess my final thoughts are more about self-reflection. We admitted it earlier in the episode. We're victims of it ourselves, and we definitely have the ability to be able to look past it, grow from it, potentially become a good person or a better person in relation to, whether it's your spirituality, the way you look at certain material, your carbon footprint, if you really want to get into the environment concept that we didn't even really talk about, but that plays a huge role. All of that stuff. Try to be as self-reflective as possible when purchasing certain things. I know we're probably never going to get away from it. There's probably 0.01% of the people who actually do, and commends to you because you were doing a justice to the world. But in this case, if you can't, then at least self-reflect on all of your purchases. And that's probably the best first step that we can take to be able to kind of better
speaking
ourselves.
Of justice, what about that Black Friday shit you were reading on Reddit? Going against
anti-work, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So there is, for all you Reddit users, please go look up anti-work or r/anti-work. It's definitely a very interesting subreddit that has this whole movement against the whole 9 to 5, not even the 9 to 5, but it's just working in general. I think that's the concept of that subreddit. There's a community in the world that don't believe that with the little amount of time that we have on the earth, that we shouldn't spend it working. We should be able to just enjoy certain things.
Wow.
Without having to work at all.
Wow.
Whether people think they're out of touch with reality and how the world really works.
It doesn't matter what they think, because I can afford shit and you can't. I'm about to get this lap dance right here. Did you want to cut? Oh no. Oh no.
In this case, go look it up. It's actually, it's very interesting. Some of the stuff, like, you'll be able to kind of somewhat agree on if you kind of believe that, you shouldn't be working your whole life, but it is kind of odd, an odd situation full, but definitely worth the read. They are making movements. There is some sort of a gathering. They might make it big. Who knows? It might be the next big fucking movement in the world. If they push for the fucking 4-day work week or something like that,
Can
like,
you imagine?
like stuff like that.
Anti-work then.
But in this case, very interesting. I read it. Not that I fully believe in it, but it's just something to read.
All right. Well, I guess that's this week's episode. Thank you for coming to our 30th.
You got a recommendation real quick?
No. Fuck you. That's my rec. No, I'm kidding. What do I have? Do I have any recommend? Guardians of the Galaxy. I've just started it.
Go buy it.
Go buy it. It's $40 at GameStop. What can you do? It's a pretty good deal.
I was kidding. Probably a good game.
Deal. Yeah. Pretty good deal. Any recommendations? Mayor of Easttown, MARE of Easttown. It's a limited series show. It's on HBO, starring the homegirl Kate Winslet that you remember from Titanic.
Oh shit!
Yeah, wow. Pretty good show. 7 episodes, pretty solid.
Yeah,
very solid.
Mayor of
Easttown.
Okay,
very solid show. Very solid. I'm telling you, man, dude. If you can watch a few episodes and we can talk about it next week.
All right, great. I'll try to get that in.
Will Smith's book, I talked about it last week. I read a few chapters. Still haven't finished it yet. I'll get back to it and I'll let you know. You know what sucks is I always go online and then they just ruin shit from the books. Like, fuck, you couldn't have just waited.
Don't go online, man.
Yeah, I know.
Spoilers
they're the worst of the worst. But I'm still gonna read it though because I don't know everything yet. So, yeah, that's my recommendations. You?
If you guys are interested in philosophy or psychology, go look up Peter Singer. Very interesting dude. He probably has flaws, so don't put it against us. But some of the stuff that he's written definitely changed my views on how I look at the world. I definitely owe it to him for some of the books that he's put out and like how I look at certain things and my aspects and views and the way I kind of approach the world going forward is due to some of his books and some of the stuff I don't agree with, definitely, but it allows you to be able to think a little bit more critically about certain things. Jesus. I mean, he definitely does that for me.
Would you cry if you met him in person?
I would probably be really fucking intrigued. I think the only person I'd probably cry is Luke.
Oh, boy,
or Kobe.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We're going to end it here then. All right. Well, that's this week's episode. Again, it's our 30th. Thank you for joining us for all these weeks. Whole lot of gang shit. I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ryan.
Fill it. No, I'm kidding. And this is The Blank with Carlos and Ryan. Fill it in.
Fill it in.
Fill it in. All right.